Just about 2 hours from now, President Obama will unveil his proposed package on gun control. Opponents, though, already promising a tough political fight. Let's bring in our Wednesday gaggle here from the Washington Post, David Nakamura, Republican ad maker Kim Alfano, and Democratic pollster Margie Omero. Kim, I want to start with you.
Of course you do.
Because I wanted this. We have this NRA web ad, and I guess it's a TV ad on one channel, if you will. You're a Republican ad maker. Would you have advised the NRA to put an ad out like this right now or at any point in
It's a joke. It is a joke. I mean, it astounds me, our ability to take issues where we have some footing and turn them into humorous, not even humorous, just blow it. I mean, the communication behind that is the wrong direction. I think he needs to hire new people. They need to hire new people. It's a joke.
The whole, Margie, the whole NRA's messaging since this, on one hand, I was stunned that they decided to speak, right? It had always been when these big gun things, they'd always taken figuring, stick the head in the sand, and over time these things will pass. They chose not to, so it made you wonder, this one was different, but how they've responded has been sort of, I can't figure out the political strategy here.
Well, they're certainly calling attention to the fact of what we've known to be true for a while, that the NRA leadership does not share the views of gun owners or of Americans. Americans, including gun owners and NRA members, want to see things like universal background checks. They want to balance the Second Amendment with keeping guns out of dangerous hands. And when the NRA acts like they have with these press conferences and that horrible ad, which clearly had no women at the table when they were making it, they weren't thinking about aiming it to women, they weren't thinking about bringing swing voters or anybody really into the fold. No wonder polls show that their favorability is dropping, that 50% of women are unfavorable toward their leadership, that even gun owners, half of gun owners say they don't reflect their views. It's a problem for them.
Yeah, and David, they've not been sure how to respond. They just feel they've acted more like a partisan conservative ideological organization rather than what they had become, which was this sort of status, like AIPAC has this status, sort of above, because they have reach in both parties. They don't lose that Democratic reach.
They have. What's interesting, though, is they claim to have had 100,000 new members since they came out and talked.
I wonder how many people dropped membership, though.
That could be.
They've been very careful how they've worded things.
That's true, but at the same time, I think, it struck me that ad yesterday. I mean, everybody was sort of talking about it very quickly. I think it was, offended people that they talked about the president's daughters and things like that in the ad. But at the same time, there is a sense that the publicity for them is not necessarily a bad thing. That they don't believe that a lot of people around the country believe everything that people in Washington believe. And
Wayne LaPierre has a fundraising email out today that basically puts the blame on people like me.
Yeah. But here's the thing:
the media is coming out to get the NRA.
That poll also says, the ABC Washington Post poll also says that they had some agreement on armed guards in schools.
Right.
That they could have. I mean,
put a more positive ad. Done the proposal.
Even though they chest butted the American people, they could have actually gotten some progress on what they wanted had they done it the right way.
They're making it very easy for Republicans in moderate areas or Democrats in conservative areas to say, I want to find middle ground on this. And the NRA no longer is no longer acting like it's trying to represent middle ground. It doesn't represent.
David, I'm told that watch what the president leans most heavily in. That one thing that he may not lean as heavily in is on the assault weapons ban, because that's the most polarizing of his congressional proposals. Background checks the least polarizing.
It is. Yeah, background checks closing the loop in the gun show loophole is going to be a big one. That's at 88%, I think, favorable in our poll. But they are going to. I think the White House is going to talk a little bit about armed guards in schools. They're going to probably include a little bit of funding for that.
But for security. Not necessarily armed, not every anyway. Stick around. Wait till you see this Bill Clinton video. It would be what we were all talking about today if it wasn't for the big, more important story of guns. Trivia time. We asked how many presidents have been inaugurated in even-numbered years. The answer is 2. Both, of course, were unplanned inaugurations. Millard Fillmore, inaugurated in 1850 after President Zachary Taylor died in office. And Gerald Ford became president in 1974 after Nixon resigned. Every other president has been inaugurated in an odd-numbered year. If you've got a political trivia question for us, as arcane as that one, email us at dailyrundown@msnbc.com. We'll be right back. The way to get Millard Fillmore on television. David Nakamura, that's President Bill Clinton on his wife's health. Probably the most extensive we've heard on any of this from any member of the Clinton family. Bill Clinton, he wasn't as gung. It's interesting. You've heard him before saying, "Oh, I can't wait for Hillary to run." I didn't read that in that.
Yeah, well, I think that, and also I think he made some more comments about sort of we've had a good full life and things like that, and so you wonder if he's getting more reflective in his age. But but you know, he was out at the Golden Globes the other day. He likes to be in the spotlight. I think he'd favor a run, and I don't know that we can read too much into that.
No, I agree. And Margie, him having a little fun, really trying to make sure that nobody jumps to conclusions on health.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this happens to all of us when you're in the middle of a health event. You're speaking the language of doctors and of what you just went through. And I think that's what this is. This is just a husband talking about his wife.
Well, the Clintons.
Even if it is the Clintons.
Yeah, it is always the Clintons. It is.
My hope is that she doesn't run.
Because you think she's going to win.
No, I just hope she doesn't run.
Right. Shameless plugs, Kim Alfano.
Chris Matthews and Christine Matthews, the pollster, GOP pollster, and I think ed reform is the answer for the Republican Party. AlfanoCommunications.com.
There's a big opening on education. Margie.
The latest ad by Mayors Against Illegal Guns is at demandaplan.org and done by my husband, Julian Mulvey.
All right. And Mr. Nakamura.
The Post is coming out with a special section on Monday, all about the inauguration, looking back at the president's 4 years.
Is that what Monday's the inauguration?
Yeah, yes. And, yeah, believe it or not.
Read the local paper.
Wedge it in before the debt ceiling.
It's Washington's big event. Read the local paper.